Now back to Making a Difference, only here on V81 Radio, South Manila.
All right, now we're back. For those who are just tuning in, welcome to Making a Difference. Again, this is a show created to inspire and motivate the youth of today. Again, my name is Erica Mison, and welcome again to Making a Difference. I think I said again too much. But, anyways, for today's episode, I invited four guests. Again, they work in different departments, different agencies, but they have one thing in common, and that is they work under the Philippine government. Really interesting, guys. Don't worry, again, you did not miss out. I just introduced them, but now for this segment, we are gonna get to know them better. We are going to ask them more about what they do, what their day-to-day basis looks like. And guys, comment lang kayo if you want to ask questions. We will try to answer them throughout the show. So let's start. Our first guest again, Jermaine Salvador. She is SK Chairwoman of Barangay Ayala, and she is also the Vice President of the SK Federation of Muntinlupa. So hello again, Jermaine.
Hi, Erica.
Oh,
I'm back.
okay. So what is your job? What
What do you
maybe
mean?
you could share more insight on what an SK chairwoman does or what you do also as VP. I'm sure the viewers would want to know more about what you do.
Okay, so it goes both ways naman. Like, of course, as a chairperson, you have to come up with projects, events, activities that would help the youth of the barangay. And at the same time, since I'm also an officer for the federation, we also do that in the Fed. Um, in our barangay naman, parang we also we don't want kasi to be tagged as, alam mo yun, parang SK puro sports yan. Ayaw namin ng ganun. So
Right.
we're also coming up with projects like would help them towards education, towards health, ganyan. Yung even mga trainings and all that. So what else? As a chairperson, I'm also an ex-officio member of the Sangguniang Barangay. So kasama ko rin yung mga council, yung barangay council in coming up with how can I say this? Regulations for the community and all that, and in solving issues as well. For for the federation, apart from creating events and activities for the youth of the whole Muntinlupa city, of course, I also help our president, Konsehal Kenichi Takagi. I think he's also watching today.
Yes, he's watching another
Yeah,
friend.
he is. I think nag-shout out pa siya.
Oh,
Kaloka.
actually.
Social
Meeting.
student. Okay. I also help him with some of his meetings. Kasi syempre, isang tao lang naman si Konse. Hindi niya kayang attendan lahat yan. So,
True.
minsan ako yung uma-attend on his behalf. And if ever he needs my help and opinion and all that, ako rin yung nandun.
Okay.
Ayoko lang
So
pwede pahabain kasi masyadong rigorous yung ginagawa eh.
that's actually really true. I mean, you guys are
Yeah.
the busiest. I mean, I could attest to that.
Yeah, you're witness to it na parang minsan parang in a week ata nakakailang meetings ako, totoo, swear.
Yeah.
Minsan lang ako maging okay.
Right. So actually, being a resident naman in our barangay, not being biased, but I see the SK, the Sangguniang Kabataan, working more now. Actually, yeah. Being honest.
Wow.
Being honest.
Anong gusto mo?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we did have previous officers, correct? In our barangay.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Actually, my brother was part of the last council of the Sangguniang Kabataan before the long break. Kasi 'di ba parang there was a hiatus or something because they were trying to fix the whole system. So
Right.
my brother was kagawad before, and then before that sina Ate Princess, siya yung dating chairperson, she's also so good, and of course Ate Ves, talaga namang idol natin ting lahat. And ang dami pa. I think 90s pa lang ata eh. I'm not I forgot.
Right.
This story.
Okay.
Pero what I know is marami. Yung
Okay,
iba
so-
rin are serving the government now. Higher positions, I think. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
That's great. So when I'm
And
sure
magagaling din sila, sorry. Magagaling din sila, swear. As in,
Okay.
Lodi.
well, alam ko kuya mo. Yes.
Wow.
I mean, like, I met your brother.
Kuya, if
So,
you're watching.
for sure, yes, kilala ko si Kuya. Hi,
Yes.
Kuya, if you're watching. Pati si Tita na rin and si Ninang. Hello po. Nag-hi na
Wow,
po.
shout out.
Okay. Okay, so going back, your Kuya, you mentioned, was a kagawad. And I'm sure you've seen how he works.
Of
Did
course.
that also help you? Did he also help you, during your campaign and all that?
Actually, yes. In all honesty, that time of my brother was a surprise because people know him as this quiet person, yung tipong
Okay.
medyo distant, ganyan. Kasi he's
Yeah.
really he may look soft spoken and all, but he's really a jolly person.
Yeah.
But we didn't expect him actually to run for office or run
Okay.
for that
Actually.
for that position. Kasi hindi mo talaga ma-expect. So when he did, we were just like, we were so awed about it. And his working ethics or work ethics was just wow. Kasi even the barangay council that time, were even telling my mom or my ninang or any of my family members na parang, uy, okay yung kapatid ko, ganyan. And until now, actually, whenever I would get to interact with some employees of the barangay, they would be like, kamusta na po si Kagawad John? Ganyan. Kasi they really saw how he is as a Kagawad. And it inspired me because magkaiba nga kami ng work ethics, diba? So parang it's refreshing to have a different view on things.
Yes.
Alam mo yun? Kasi parang he brings a new perspective. Like, for example, if I would be facing some issues or concerns, and actually, minsan nga, takot pa ako. Hindi naman takot, pero parang shy pa ako mag-ask sa kanya ng advice. Pero he would just be there and be like, ito lang naman yung... He would still let me decide at the end of the day. Pero parang he would make me see things in another point of view na parang, bakit di ko naisip yun? So it really helped having someone who was before me and who's close to me, diba? Kasi my brother and I are really close to each other. And he would also teach me na parang, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do, this is what I think is best for you to do, but at the end of the day, it's your decision,
Yeah.
So it's really nice to have a role model like that. Wow,
Oh.
kuya, ang sweet mo, ha?
Madaming pasalubong MC Kuya for you. For sure. Baka ako din may pasalubong na rin ako.
Baka ikaw may pasalubong na rin.
No,
Kuya, if you're watching, I miss you.
Hi, Kuya John. So, okay, we're speaking of your Kuya and giving you advice. What is one advice that your Kuya gave to you na you really bring with you up to this day? May sinabi ba siya that really struck you?
Should it be just within the SK or like life lesson na applicable naman sa SK?
Yun, parang mas feel ko yung life lesson na applicable din sa SK.
I think it's more of 99.9% ng problema mo nasa utak mo lang.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's more of that kasi syempre if you're faced with a lot of things in front of you and sometimes your mind is just so stressed out and it's so clouded already na parang hindi mo alam which issue or which concern should I prioritize because feeling mo lahat priority syempre, 'di ba? Kasi parang you don't want anything or anyone to get left behind, but then
Yes.
at the end of the day my brother will just be okay, alin ba dito talaga yung problema? Alin ba dito yung hindi? And I think it's more of like, lahat naman yan masusolusyonan mo. Just know what your priorities are. Like, just know which one has to have more than the other. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people will still help you. Parang ganun.
Okay. Alam mo, I like that advice of Kuya John eh. Magaling din si Kuya John. Yes. Mention ko na talaga si Kuya.
Oo. Sobrang sikat na ni Kuya John.
Correct. I know. Okay. So, with that, what's it like being in the political sector at such a young age? I mean, again, you mentioned a while ago that you are surrounded by your mentors, and of course, your mentors are older than you. So, what may konting pressure ba on your end?
In all honesty, yes. I wouldn't even lie about that because of course, like being at this age, iba pa yung nasa isip natin na gagawin. Others are still finding their niches in life. Like me, I'm also finding my niche in life. But then like, if you, like being in the political arena, or in the political sector at this age, it's extremely challenging. I'm telling you. Because yung akala mong napapanood mo lang sa TV, it can happen. I'm not saying in our barangay because lodi ko talaga yung mga leaders natin dyan.
What do you mean what you see in the TV?
You know, parang hindi naman like I'm not saying everything, pero like alam mo yun, parang how things work kahit sa movies man yan. Alam mo yun, parang some of it can be a reality rin pala. Alam mo yun, I won't go into details na rin. Pero let's just put it at that. Pero alam mo yun, at the same time, whenever, for example, like whenever we would have our council meetings mismo sa barangay, like with the older barangay council, I would really admire how Cap would lead. Kasi syempre, I would look at how Cap would do some decisions, to really, alam mo yun, parang minsan talaga ganun na lang ako na parang, ang galing naman ni Cap, bakit ganun? Sana ako rin ganyan, yung ganun. Kasi ang and at the same time, yung mga kagawad din, they would suggest solutions na parang, wow, no, pwede pala yun. Yung, alam mo yun, parang at this age, na-expose ka na sa mga ganong scene. Like, real life situation na issues. Yung tipong, actually, pwede ka pang, alam mo yun, konting pagkakamali mo lang, pwede kang makulong. Alam mo yun? So, it's really, really, really challenging and risky. But at the same time, it's so inspiring.
Yeah.
Because inspiring because you can adapt or somehow adapt and adopt how these people lead and serve, and at the same time it can be your inspiration to do better and to do something different naman that would fit, in my case, the youth. Alam mo yun, am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, you are. You are. Don't worry.
Wala pala akong sense.
You're fine.
Pressure naman ako doon.
No, that's really true. I think I'd say the same thing. No.
Diba? Kasi parang when you're faced with real life issues and things that would really put you on the spot sometimes, at the same time, when you're faced with something na parang, wow, oh my gosh, paano ko to susolusyonan, knowing na maraming at stake. Doon ka talaga ma-challenge. And at the same time, ma-challenge din yung principles mo as a person. But then, nasa sa'yo yun eh. Like at the end of the day, you make your own decisions, and
Right.
you should be accountable and responsible with any decision that you will take, because
Yeah.
that's what a leader should be.
Right. Agree. Yes. So, leader namin po yan sa barangay.
I
Okay.
think just you have to be honest then with yourself and with other people.
Okay. Yeah. That's really true. Oh.
Para ako nangangampanya dito, oh my God.
Oo nga, no? But, no, but your words very inspiring talaga.
Wow.
When I first met Jermaine, I was actually, what was the term that I used? I know I told you this. I was pressured because I already looked up to you from there.
Wow.
Yeah. So, just see
Wala
Jermaine.
ako. Sorry, naman.
Yeah. But thank you talaga, Jermaine, for sharing your insights. I'm sure the viewers are also as inspired as I am right
Wow.
now. Oh
Thank
yes.
you. I mean, of course, I still want to say a lot, pero I would just
Yeah.
leave it at that because I think I've already, in a way, summarized it. But
Yeah.
if there will be more questions in the next minutes, like siguro after the others, I can
Mm.
answer if they need some, and if they need advice. Well,
Oh, yeah, guys. Again, you can comment. I can see your comments, so I'm just waiting na lang kung may magtanong. But feel free to ask these guys any questions, or you can ask me na rin. Sige, okay na. But thank you so much, Jermaine. Really
no problem.
inspiring story. I'll talk to you again later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. So next we have our one and only attorney, Lyle Matba. Again, he is the Chief Political Affairs Officer of the Congressman of the Lone District of Tawi-Tawi. Ang haba po talaga ng mga positions nila. Nakakabulol. But, hi attorney, how are you today?
Noe, Lyle na lang. Erica pala screening nito.
Lyle, okay, Lyle. Actually, guys, medyo kuya ko siya. So, kinukuya ko siya. But sabi niya, today, Lyle lang. Okay. So, hi, Lyle. So, I hope you're doing okay amidst the COVID, amidst the lockdown. I think you look okay as well.
Thank
So,
you. You look also.
thank you so much. So, okay, what's your job? What's your job like? What is it like being the Chief Political Affairs Officer? What is your day-to-day basis?
Chief Political Affairs Officer is this fancy term we have for Chief of Staff.
Okay, got
Chief of Staff for the Office of the Congressman of the Lone District of Tawi-Tawi. What do I do? I don't know. Actually,
it.
the honest thing is, if you work for government, you don't know what. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Anyway, what do? I make sure everything's running smoothly.
Okay.
I make sure things happen. I handle the administrative stuff. I make sure the vision of my principal is properly executed. I prepare everything for what he needs for his meetings, for his engagements and stuff like that.
Mm-mm. Okay. So, as you mentioned, you help also prepare for his meetings. Curious question. Are you parang allowed to attend the hearings of the congressmen? As
Yeah,
chief of-
but
Mm-mm.
not on their behalf.
Yeah, of
Parang
course.
notes lang. Parang I'm gonna sit in and then just take notes and
Right.
just report to my principal what happened.
Okay. Okay. So, what's it like being part of the political sector, mainly there, being part of working for the House of Representatives at such a young age? Do you feel also the pressure? Is it challenging and risky, as like what Jermaine said?
My difference kasi with
Mhm.
Jermaine
Yes, Jarmy.
is we're on the technical side of things,
Okay.
on the open.
Okay.
So that notwithstanding, there's still some pressure. Yes, just like what
Mm-mm.
Jermaine said, I'm not gonna lie about it. There's some pressure to deliver. But if I may add to what she said, at one point you just stop caring about the pressure of like, yeah, whatever. Because at the end of the day, it's still about results. It's still about delivering what you need to do, what you need to
Mm-mm.
give to your constituents.
Mm-mm.
How has it been? I'd just like to share that, um, as you pointed out, youth pa rin naman ako.
Yes. How
Uh,
young are you? How young are you ba?
I'm 28, turning
See?
29.
There you go. For the viewers' information, youth. It's true. You are part of the youth if you are in between 15 years old and 30 years old. So don't worry, Lyle. Youth ka pa. You look
Uh,
young also, so it's okay.
That's just the lighting. Bago paligo ako, di ba? Yan. Kunyari,
Oh.
like,
Yeah. Okay. All
anyway,
right. So
as
going.
as a youngster, kasi ang tingin pa rin sa'yo, for example, me, I may have this title, I may have this rank, no, by virtue of my position, but uh, we have to constantly remind ourselves that we're still younger, we're still new, there's still a lot to learn. Uh, Very important na hindi masyadong lumaki yung ulo natin na, oh, chief of staff tayo, oh, ganito yung title natin, oh, ito yung achievements natin. It's very
Uh-huh.
important that we keep humble, we stay humble, we keep an open mind.
Mm-mm.
Uh, there's a reason why these people got so far, got so nakastay na sila na ganun katagal sa position nila. So it's best to listen and to
Yes.
take notes.
Mm-mm. Mhm. So I'm sure as chief of staff, you also meet different people every day. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure you get to talk to older people and people your age and
Yes, yes.
yeah. So what's it like? I mean, I'm sure there's a difference in perspectives and views. So
Yeah.
as chief of staff, how do you take that in?
With of course with fellow millennials or fellow youngsters, it's easy. I mean, we speak the same language,
Yeah.
but the challenge is to navigate
Mm-mm.
your communication styles with
Mm-hmm.
people older than you.
Yeah.
And I also noticed that, let's say there's the 30 to 40 age bracket, and then there's the 40 to
Mm-mm.
50. They have different idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
Uh, what I quickly picked up also,
Mm-mm.
few weeks, few days with this job is,
Mm-mm.
um, with the line of work that I'm in, it's more important. Although I said that we're on the technical side
Mm-mm.
with respect to our principles, but how we deal with other people will
Mm-mm.
require less of the technical know-how and more of
Okay.
you,
Right.
more on how we get to connect. Because it's
Mm-mm.
not enough that you have a good idea.
Yeah.
You have to make sure also that your idea is properly communicated. Dapat
Mm-mm.
naiintindihan, dapat nare-receive ng kausap mo. And
Yes.
much of it is about tone, much about this, I don't know, humor, what have you. So that's the difference. Pagka-age lang natin, okay lang. Same wavelength naman eh. Pero pag matanda, hahabulin mo yung, or mag-a-adjust ka, no? Sa kung paano makihalubilo
Mm-mm.
sa
All right.
um
Um, yeah,
okay.
medyo nawala. But I heard you. I heard you. You're right there, Lyle. Yeah, it's weird not calling you Kuya, but I have to agree with that, Lyle.
Okay.
You have to really also know how to really properly communicate the message well.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Right. So there. Very interesting to work then under a congressman. I'm sure I'm again you have to talk to a lot of people and all that. But
Yeah.
I actually have a question. You
Oh, okay.
mentioned a while ago that you are also on the technical side.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
you can expound a little more on the technical side. What do you do?
Technical side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
Um, teka lang, let me screen things out in my head. Um, ha, okay, look, much of the technical side is also privileged. So, ano ba
Okay.
sabihin? Uh, halimbawa, yung projects
Mm-mm.
pwedeng ma-implement dun sa district.
Okay.
Uh, although ultimately it will be the executive branch, executive arm of the
Mm-mm.
government that
Mm-mm.
implements it.
Yes.
The project identification, the
Mm-mm.
itemization, no,
Right.
happens in Congress.
Okay.
So the technical side there, the technical challenge there is to not really challenge, but more on the technical side of matters is to
Mm-mm.
okay, you like for instance, last when was that? I think last March.
Okay.
Yeah, wow, March, several
Right.
lifetimes ago. This is last March. We had a consultative. We called it a congressional summit. We had a consultative meeting with the mayors of Tawi-Tawi, the heads
Okay.
of the LGUs in Tawi-Tawi. So the
Okay.
technical component there is to listen to them. Okay, what do you need? What do you want? What kinds of
Mm-mm.
projects do you need? What infrastructure projects do you need? What
Mm-mm.
social
Mm-mm.
projects do you need there? Because whatever you need, let's say you have a wish list of 10 items.
Mm-mm.
Let me see which of these items we could successfully uh, be included in the national budget.
Mm-mm.
Basically, translating what they want into
Uh-uh.
a policy document that can be done.
Okay. Okay. So that's what you meant talaga. So it's really technical.
Plus,
Sobrang technical.
there's also your standard legislative work, like for
Oo.
instance, other congressmen would ask for co-authorship for
Right?
certain bills to fight
Oo.
for filing bills. So
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'd
Right.
review it and then I'd see
Mm-mm.
if it's consistent with the legislative thrusts of my principal, and then either recommend that hey, we could go with this or not.
Yeah.
Ganun din, if when my principal also have legislative initiatives, kasi he might have ideas that are up in the air,
Yes.
and it's my job to translate it into what legalese, so to speak.
Okay. Yes.
So that's
Oo.
basically my role also with respect uh,
Okay.
to my principal.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Very technical nga naman, no?
And
I'm,
okay lang.
yeah. Before you know what, I totally forgot. I'm
Oh,
sure some of the viewers right now are wondering where Tawi Tawi is. So
okay.
maybe you could just give a brief history or like background on where Tawi Tawi is.
Where is Tawi-Tawi? We're the southernmost province
Mm-mm.
of the Philippines.
Yeah.
We're close. Actually, we're closer to Malaysia or Indonesia than we are to the next Philippine province, which is Sulu.
Mm-hmm.
You could stand on the sands on the beach, and then you could see
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
What else is there? Yeah, please visit us. Well,
Yes.
after all this
Yeah.
ECQ is behind us, please visit
Mm-mm.
us. Please promote. Please support our province as a tourism.
Yes. Actually, yeah. I've been there personally, and
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
yeah, we were together. We were together. So it was fun. We went during the province day, right? That
Yes,
was
yes.
2 years ago.
September 27. No, it's
Yeah.
not 3 years na. Ah,
What, 2 years ago? 3 years ago.
not 3 years na din.
Yeah, 3 years ago. There, yeah. So we went together to Tawi Tawi, and that was my first time there. Food, great.
Yeah.
People, very nice. Tawi Tawi is consisted of islands actually.
Yes,
So
I think
you're
we're 105 or so.
there we
Uh,
go.
I'll check on that. But we're an archipelagic province,
Yes.
home to the Sama tribe and the
Uh-huh.
Tausug tribe also.
There we go.
We have 99% Muslim in our
Mm-mm.
province.
Yes.
Ramadan Kareem.
Yes.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. So again, beautiful. Like you are going to live the beach life in Tawi Tawi.
Yeah, Islander life. Islander
Yeah.
life.
As
Yeah.
in, like swim there, you just swim every day and like
Seafood
enjoy.
is fantastic. Seafood is fantastic in Tawi-Tawi. Please
I
visit
know.
Tawi-Tawi,
Yeah.
please.
We should, yes, you definitely should go to Tawi Tawi. Tawi Tawi is the place to be in right now. It hasn't been super discovered yet, but people are starting to find out more about Tawi Tawi.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyways, thank you so much, Lyle, for giving us insight on what you do naman for Congress and also sharing more on Tawi Tawi. So before we go on break, again, you guys, the viewers, you saw different perspectives actually. You have someone who works in as the SK chairwoman under the barangay. Then you also have someone who works under the House of Representatives. So you saw iba talaga yung lifestyle nila. Iba, they do different things, but you can still see that their heart is still there. Their passion to serve is still there. So we're gonna go on break. After we go on break, I'm going to interview our two guests. Don't leave just yet because these two also they have amazing stories. So we'll be right back.
We'll be back shortly, making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, South Manila. Para enjoy ang pakikinig sa V81 Radio kahit saan. We are now on your Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio at i-enjoy ang inyong mga paboritong Pinoy music 24/7. Sabihin lang, Alexa, play V81 Radio. You've got space? Be a host at BK's. Let that room, condo unit, resort, hotel, or event space bring in profit for you. Have those rented out for a short-term vacation or long-term stay. Earn while offering your space to be someone's home away from home or an area to make new memories. Only at BK's. Log on to bks.ph now. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local. Visit local. Go local. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kantang tatak Pinoy. Kahit nasan ka man, kami ay mapapakinggan. Streaming worldwide. The future of radio in Manila, California, and Hong Kong. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin.